Hey, Jabari. Yes.
Martha! Martha! Martha!
Get your whiskey. Get your whiskey. We are back. The Coopers are back. Get your whiskey because we got updates. We got updates. We got serious updates. Life is good. And the hate is still real. Please get your whiskey. Please get your whiskey. Pour up for us. Show up and pull up. And join the Coopers live.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Back from a long break. We have, I think Coop said that we have not been live since, when was that, Coop? You said March?
Like March 13th.
Oh, my.
We have not been live. We have not been live. And we intentionally just wanted to jump on tonight and kind of give an update and at least attempt to give a plan for what we're going to be doing in the future when it comes to the shows. But also everything else in the world that we got going now that keeps us busy to a point to where we don't have as much free time as we did before. But we are working on it, guys. I promise you, I assure you. I have had a lot of people that reach out to me about the show and just say, hey, man, they enjoyed talking about real conversations, just having real conversations about real subjects, real subject matters that are going on in our community. And trust me, I enjoyed it as well. So we're going to get back to that. Candace and I show. We're going to try to pull that off as well. I think that's key. To have Candace sitting here with me and I always get that perspective as well. So we're on it, guys, but we got some good updates for you tonight.
Yes, we do.
And so let's, as people slowly begin to come in. I know we didn't let y'all know, guys, so I don't expect much, but as you hear this, we hope that, you can participate in some of these things with us that we got coming up. It's some special stuff, and we're very excited about it. So, pull up, man, pull up. We got a little talk to have tonight about several things that, honestly, some of it should have been addressed a long time ago. But hey, we're addressing it now. So let's get that done.
All right, I'm ready to get right into it. So here's the deal, you guys. We have had the Austin Honey Badgers Track Club now for 10 years. This is our 10-year, and this year marks our 10-year anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, that's something to be proud of. So here's the deal. It's not like we planned on having a track club. Okay, it was not by plan or design. What happened honestly is that we had a very, very, very active daughter at home with us. And we knew that we needed to keep her engaged and active. So we literally started out when she was about 2 years old, literally putting her in everything we can imagine. From ballet to gymnastics, you name it, swimming. Actually, she started about 6 months with swimming. She's done swimming lessons about 10 times. I don't know if she can still swim. But the point I'm making is we tried every single thing. And then when she was in kindergarten, she brought us a flyer home, and it was for a 5K at the MAC here in Manor, Texas. And I was like, Jay, you're 5 years old. 5K, that's a long race. And she's like, I want to do it because it's for charity. And it was for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'll never forget that. We went out there. We invited all of our family and friends, and we went out to this MAC, and Jaden at 5 years old not only finished the race with hundreds of people out there, but she came in. She placed third in a 5K. And, yes. So that, I love it. I have to, because that's what it was.
Okay.
So from there, we started to look for a track team, and we found one, Flight International, which we joined. And we were with that track team for about, what, 2 or 3 years?
2011, 12, 13.
Yeah, because we started our team in 14, so.
And well, we did the summer with 14 with them.
Right.
And then we started indoor in 14. So we
Got
did
it.
4 summers with them.
Right. So we were with them, and then we decided there was a group of us. As a matter of fact, there was a group of individuals that came to us. They really came to me and started talking to me about branching off. And we did that. There was no ill will, no bad feelings, no nothing. We just, there was a group of us that kind of wanted to do some different things.
Yeah, just wanted to go a different direction than the way we did things. That's it.
Again, we remain to this day, very cordial and cool with the former track team, and we have a great relationship with them. So we decided to start the team in 2014. Here's the deal. Coop did not want to start the team. I'm going to say that again. Brandon Cooper did not want to start the team. As a matter of fact, he did not even want to leave. He was resistant. We, because there was several of us, came to him and we said, we think you're ready. Let's do this. And his feedback was, no, I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. There's nothing wrong with where we are, and I don't want to leave. And so one day, and it was kind of a trick, we were laying in the bed. We had just finished the Junior Olympics, and I said to him, well, Coop, if you were to have a track team, what would you name it? And he named, I can't remember, well, I do remember, but I'm not going to say it. There was one team that he named at first, and I said, I don't know about that one, because there's another team in Texas already named that. And I was like, I want something original, something unique. Come on, what would you name it? And he said Honey Badgers. Now, I don't even know what a honey badger was at the time. So we went on YouTube, we researched that, I looked at it, I was like, this is what we're going to name it. I love the idea about being fearless. That became our motto. Our daughter, honestly, we kind of got that from her because she was fearless. So I went downtown, I actually applied for a DBA and did all of our paperwork in order to start a 501(c)(3) non-profit.
501c3.
C3.
Yeah.
What did I say?
3C.
Okay, Lord have mercy. Started the nonprofit organization, a 501c3, and then from there, I came home. I started the account, started everything, the bylaws, the paperwork, the website, the Facebook. I started literally everything because this man was not, according to him, ready. Started it all, and then I brought it home. And I gave it to him in August of 2014, and I said, here, you have a track team. Go forth and be great. Do you remember that, Coop?
Probably don't want to remember it, but yeah, I remember it. I somewhat remember it.
So why am I speaking on this? That was 10 years ago, and why are we talking about this 10 years later? Well, first, I want to be able to tell the story. I think it's a great story. But the second thing is I want to be very, very clear. He and I have both always been very passionate about youth. I've been passionate about youth development, creating systems and programs for youth. That has been one thing I have worked in my 20-plus year career. I've always worked. I coached baseball and, before, and I worked in youth programs and wanting to develop youth. I worked in the school system. I just feel like as a youth, as a person, when I was 14 years old, I've told the story before, I was involved in an incident. And because of that incident, it really did, it was the catalyst for me to know that youth in our community need something to do. They need to belong. They need a sense of belonging. They have to be a part of positive programs. If they are not a part of positive programs, there are gangs and all sorts of other negativity out there waiting on them. And so I have always been an advocate for youth development. And then Coop talked about, I'm going to let you talk about your experience in Crockett and how sports was so instrumental in your success in school.
Being honest with you, I mean, the only reason that I went to and applied myself in school was my parent, my mom, and my grandparents just didn't want to let them down. And besides that, the only thing that pushed me to do well in school, the only thing I truly enjoyed in school was friendship, the relationships I had, of course, and sports. That's really it. I mean, I that's the only reason that I cared. And so, growing up back home in the country, you look forward to those little league events, and making an all star team. Like that was some of everything to us. So, you know, I honestly I cannot tell you that. Besides not letting my parents down, my grandma and my grandpa and my mom and my aunt Ella and all that. Besides not letting them down, I can honestly tell you I don't know if I really would even cared about graduating and doing all the things I needed to do if it wasn't for sports. So sports gave me an outlet when it came to my anger and frustration. It also gave me people to look at as male figures that that push me to be more, um, in their own way, but but they gave you those figures. And what I realized as I got older is, whether you want to look at it like that or not, these were some of the most important people in my life. You know, that I actually paid attention to when it came to life's journey, life's lessons, working hard and understanding this and understanding that, understanding how attitude can create negative moments for you and problems for you if you don't control it. I learned some valuable lessons. I think one of the most important lessons I learned came my senior year, and having an attitude and upset with the coach and wanting to be on the floor more than I was in basketball, and ended up cussing out the coach, and my coach, he had to make an example of me. I cussed him out during a game, and he had to make an example of me, and he kicked me off the team. And my senior year, my team went to state. And I had to watch from the stands, even though I know I was supposed to be down on the floor with them. They went to state, they lost the state game. And I was sitting up there cheering, but I could not be on the floor with them. That was a valuable, hurtful lesson, but I had to learn. And so now I take that, and I take so many other things that I learned, and I utilize that to try to teach kids from. And we're so fortunate to work with kids from those Pee Wee League ages, 5 and all the way up. Some of them are 4 on our team, and they're gonna turn 5 this year, all the way up. I don't have to let them go, and so I think that's one of the greatest things about the track is, it's not like Pee Wee baseball or like a Pop Warner where you playing football till you like 12 and then you go into middle school and it stops. No. I can be a track coach all the way up until they're graduating from high school. And even when my college kids come home, I can help them train during the summertime. So it is a way that I can have an impact on these kids' life for the rest of their life, because they can also come home and help me coach when they're done as well. So you're always gonna have that relationship with them, even if you don't. They always a phone call or a text away. So I am as well. So with that being said, it's just it's a way to create opportunities for those kids to have these mentors, these men and women in their lives that create that village. I still believe in the village. I've talked to y'all about that. For y'all that keep up with me 1,000 times, I believe in the village. There are some things that some things are old school and they're gonna adjust, and they'll be different as we get older. Some things shouldn't change. Some things should never change. I think there is always a place for the village. I know everybody don't want the village anymore. Everybody don't want it. You say something to some people, kids now, they'll look at you like, it's time to get down. But there is always a place in life for the village. Your kids need more than just you. And so that's what we're trying to be out here now.
Absolutely. And, Coop, and this is something that I don't talk a lot about because, quite honestly, it makes me very emotional. And so I try not to talk about it. But I made a post the other day on my page, and I talked about my grandfather and how influential he was to me. Oh gosh, see, that's why I don't like talking about it. And
This is a first.
this is a first.
Make third down more manageable.
My wife never cries. This is a first. I'm always the one crying.
Exactly.
Against CD
And
Lamb.
my wife never cries. That's a bull.
Yeah.
Y'all looking at a bull. A bull is crying. I'll be.
Oh my God.
I'll be. That's all right. That's all right. You actually human. I'm glad that I thought I married a man.
Yeah, I'm not robotic. I actually have emotions.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So here's the deal, you guys. My grandfather, Oscar D. Wade, I called him Papa. He has a plaque at the Carver Library, and that sits there. And he passed away when I was 8 years old. But I lived with him from infancy throughout like toddler years. And my grandfather founded a youth organization in East Austin, the East Austin Youth Organization. And again,
Clap for that. Pull up, man. Pull up. We got good times coming, baby. My wife done dropped the tip. Pull
I
up.
did. You guys, and this is what makes me emotional because legacy is so important. And what I learned from him was to give back to the community. Not just from him, from my mother as well. But the importance of, it's not about what you do for self, but it's about what you do for others.
Absolutely.
And that's what really matters.
Absolutely.
You know, we can go as an individual. You can go, and there's plenty of jobs out there that I probably can go right now and qualify for, and probably make 10 times more, honestly, than what I'm making right now. But the satisfaction that I get, to being able to impact somebody else's life, and also to be able to leave behind something that means more, that's bigger than just you, is so important.
Yeah.
And when I tell you guys, like the work that he did in the community, when I look back at all the old pictures of the football league and the baseball programs that he had, and how every year or so they actually go down to city council. It's like every 5 years they go down, and they had the city council recognizes him for the work that he's done. Yeah. It was important, and that work was done right in East Austin. And I always call myself a little black girl from East Austin. And that work was so critical. So it is important for me. And that's why I pushed him. When those folks came to us, it was an opportunity for me to also continue my grandfather's legacy. And they say that when for a little girl, their first love, of course, was their father and grandfather. Well, I can attest to that, because he was not just influential to me, but other people. Now, again, men are imperfect. Women are imperfect. We're imperfect human beings. But for me, in the child's eyes, when you have a hero and somebody in your home, that you can look up to like that, right? Then all you want to do is make sure that you can continue at their legacy. So when I created the team against his will, against his wishes, kicking and screaming, I pulled him. That's what I had on my mind. I had on my mind, here is our daughter who introduced us to a sport that we fell in love with. And then also, here was an opportunity for me as a black girl in East Austin, from East Austin, to continue a legacy that was started before me. Now, that is our story of how we got started and our why of why we got started and why it's so important to us. Now I want to transition us into where we are now. You guys, when we first started this program, we didn't have any money. We may have even been at that time living check to check, right? We were a young couple with 2 children, okay? We had Jacoby, who was outside of the house and visiting with us often with his friends. And then, of course, we had Jay here in the house with us. And when we started it, we were early in our careers. You know, we were just really doing something from our hearts. So we went out and we took out a loan.
Yep.
We took out a $10,000 loan, personal loan, not even a business loan, but a personal loan to start this program. So get this, y'all. We were paying every month to go out into the community
Yep.
to coach these children.
Retarded. I know you ain't supposed to use that word no more,
Please
but that's
don't use that
exactly
term.
what it was. No, it was.
That is not a
Let's just
term.
be 100.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm paying. Shit. Look, now I gotta come in because you gotta think about it. Every time you start something like this, you're gonna have, and this is why a lot of people wonder why I came in. And I was like, wait a minute, this shit just don't make sense. It's like I'm looking at these prices now. You know, it's one thing when you're a part of another team, and you're basing things off the way they have done things. And you know, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, you're paying, and maybe you don't agree with everything that they do and all that kind of stuff. But only part is hurting your pockets is taking care of you and your family when y'all go on these trips out of town, Junior Olympics, all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. When you are responsible for all the team, and you seeing people come in and they paying, you know what I'm saying, but they really complaining about they paying this, and you steady see that you're spending money out of your account to do it. And boy, when we came in, we came in. When I say we came in, boy, look here. We had warm-up suits with the uniform, T-shirt. We was feeding the kids every meet. Candace and them was cutting up food. We were making
That's right.
sandwiches at the house.
That's right.
Out of town meets, we was renting a van
To take the kids.
to take all the kids to where the parents didn't even have to go.
Yeah.
We were doing it all.
And no. Not only were we doing it all, our first season, which was our indoor season of 2014, we offered it for free. It was at no
So
cost.
didn't pay shit.
At no cost.
Didn't nobody
to the
pay shit.
parents.
Didn't nobody
And-
we went
and-
she went and signed, did work for grants and did grants.
I did.
And when we finally got the grants,
I did.
we took a whole bunch of those. But when we finally got the grants, we took the whole grant and put it towards the trip
Yeah.
to Junior Olympics. We took the whole. I was so happy to let
We went.
all the parents.
we went
I
for
didn't
broke.
save a dime.
We wrote all those. I wrote all the grants.
Absolutely retarded.
Did all the fundraising.
I'm talking about myself,
And-
so I can say the word. I'm talking about myself.
And by the time we left, at the end of every season, the account was at zero.
Zero.
So we had to turn back around and do it all over again.
Red. Red.
Now,
Red is blood. Treetop
anybody out
bloods.
there
We
that's
were red.
There's a business on. You ain't got to own a business, but you know if you drain your account, okay, and you got to go right back. And we did not have a way
Crazy
to
as
be
hell.
able to recoup this money. And remember, we're still paying back our loan. So every month, we're paying ourselves. We're paying back the bank
We're paying to coach.
to coach.
We're paying the coach.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing. That's why if anybody was concerned in the beginning and they were like, damn, why is it dude like putting up such a fuss about it? Because I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the skeleton, the logic behind the setup of how youth track was ran by a lot of these organizations. I didn't understand it. It's still bad. The setup is still bad.
Let's be clear, track is not football.
Oh.
You know, it's not basketball.
Nobody wants to pay a dime.
It's not one of those sports
I'm telling you, they don't want to pay a dime.
where you're going to get a ton of sponsors, because track is one of those. But crazy or not, you got to run pretty much in every sport that you're in, except for maybe swimming.
It helps everything, but it's respected by none of them things.
Nobody.
None of them things. Nobody respects track except for people who have benefited from track and coaches and people like that. Somehow they benefited from it.
Folks
And they're
not
the
pay-
only ones that respect it.
People are not paying attention to a track until every 4 years when it's the Olympics. You know, and the thing about it is when you look at even professional track athletes, they're not getting not even close to what some of these other athletes are getting.
And
Not even
it's
close.
crazy because they're amazing. And the amount of work that you have to go in and do for the moment, shit. It is, you can't compare it to nothing else because you don't get another chance. If you a 100 runner at the professional level, the college level, the high school level, or the junior Olympic level, whatever level, when you get to that big meet, when you finally do all that work and you get to that big meet, if you're a 100 runner, you're literally depending on whether you're a baby or up to, to professional, you're talking about somewhere between 15 and 9-10 seconds. You've done a year of work or 6-7 months of work for this one moment. And if in that moment you choke, it's over. Just say quit. There is no first quarter to get your nerves right. And you come back strong in the second quarter. Or maybe you come back, you go back out for halftime and maybe you come back in. There is no halftime to go talk to your coach. No. This is it. This is your moment. This is your moment. With the throws, luckily you get 3 or 4 or 5 throws, whatever. With the jumps, lucky you get 3 or 4 jumps, whatever. But when you get on that track, this is your moment. This is it. And if you mess it off, you're done. You're done. That 800, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, a minute something, whatever it is, for the different age groups. If you mess off that 2 minutes, then you have worked all that 6-7 months to now go back home and think about how you messed it off. It is the ultimate rush, but it is also very heartbreaking. And that's why a lot of people in track and field have extreme anxiety because they know.
And they're the only ones out there. This is not a team sport.
Shit.
In the
relays. Even in the relays.
Because each person has to carry their own.
Look here. When you get that stick, all eyes on you.
That's right.
And if you don't do your part,
the pressure.
Even if your teammate gets that stick and they bring y'all back, everybody knows you was the mule.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you was the one that didn't do your part. Everybody saw it. And everybody know that your coach gonna come over there and they gonna try to hug you and tell you it's okay. But deep inside you feeling like shit. You feeling bad. So it is an ultimate sport that addresses so many things. It'll help you with football. It'll help you being able to run the bases and baseball. It'll help you be able to jump higher, to throw further, to have more explosion when it comes to other sports, football, whatever you need. Track can help you with every sport. Yet the respect for it when it comes to people being willing to spend money on it is far away from the other sports, And so with that being said, we came into this thing spending a ton of our own money just to coach. We are still giving up a ton of our space. You know what my dream is this year? Because we're going to talk about, we're going to give you an update on everything that we got planned and how things are going so far. But my dream this year, guys, is to finally give, for us, I'm talking about for us, out of everything that, what I'm saying, because we take care of our team with our track meets. That's something that we have that a lot of teams don't have. We have track meets. Because the registration fees don't take care of this team. I can tell you that right now. So our track meets take care of our team. Well, with that being said, the one thing I want to do for my wife and myself this year is I want to clear we got a back porch built, but it's full of track supplies. So
our garage is full of track supplies.
I want to find we just had a hailstorm down here yesterday.
We can't even park our car in the garage.
And my wife couldn't pull her car into the garage because it's full of track
The
supplies.
backyard, everything. Our house is consumed with track supplies.
It's track stuff
It
everywhere.
literally is.
Y'all see me buying it. I buy it all the
During
time.
track season, you can't even really walk in. I mean, it's track stuff everywhere. And you know, the thing is that it's time. You know, it's just time that because we put so much into, you know, the team and the community and so forth and so on, to where we make those sacrifices. But after 10 years of not parking your car in the garage,
Oh, yeah.
10 years of actually, I'm considering us as possibly mini hoarders, you know, not being able to access rooms in your house, not being able to enjoy
This is
your
my fault.
backyard,
I'll be honest with you.
not
this is my
being
fault.
able to put anything in a shed, just not being able to live a normal life and enjoy the place that you live in.
I have a 501c3 and was not buying anything to help me to run this team at home. This is my fault. I just didn't know. I didn't even know you could do that with the business. I'm like, oh, if I buy this, people gonna say I shouldn't have bought that. Again, I can say the word about myself: retarded, just ignorant, don't know, and did not take the time to understand the things that I could do. I was so scared to touch that money. I was so scared. Even when we finally started making some money with meats, I was scared. I really was scared.
We didn't want to buy anything
And the
because you
crazy
just
thing is, I
never
would give the
know.
money. And there are coaches out here
Give it
that
away.
can contest to this. I would give the money to another organization
Yeah, give it
before
away.
I spend it on myself, you know, to make things better at the house. And I'm training kids at my house.
Yeah, we turned a room into a training room. We
The
had
house,
our
outside the house.
game room was
I got
a
stuff
training room.
everywhere. I train here.
Yeah,
Y'all see the
it's
videos.
all over. So
just didn't know.
not to belabor that point. The point is that there was many sacrifices that we made in the very beginning of starting this team. There's many sacrifices that we continue to make, from children living in our home.
We done
You
did
know,
that
we've had that multiple times. Children living in our home.
We about done with that.
Yeah, that is
We
over.
about done with that.
Here's what I'm going to say to you guys: with every single thing that we've done, the blood, the sweat, the tears, all of what we have done, you guys, we have for the last 10 years have heard from people in Austin. Now, I'm going to speak to this group because I'm Austinite, born and raised in this community. For the last 10 years, I have heard all of the comments. And it only comes from a few people. And the comments that I've heard is, we're not going to support that team because he is not from Austin. The comments that I've heard from parents is that there have been other coaches in this community that have actually approached the other parents and have said, why are you going over there, taking your child over there when that organization doesn't represent Austin? I have heard comments for the last 10 years. We haven't addressed it because at the end of the day, we're going to still do what we're going to do. But here's what I wanted to tell that individual
She was dressing it now because I was about done. It was time. I was
and those
I was
individuals.
on my way. So she's addressing it now.
This team is Austin. It was created by a girl born in Seton Hospital in 1980, who has lived on the east side of IH-35 my entire life. So let's be clear. This team was created by someone who lives in Austin. But here's the point that I want to make. Even if it wasn't, how terrible is that for you to go and speak down on an organization who is doing so much good in the community? We hear about organizations that are not doing what they're supposed to do. That doesn't apply to us. Coop and I are co-founders of the Austin Honey Badgers. My role has not been a role that has been out front. I have been more in the back. I believe in leading from behind. I am the administrator when it comes to everything, all of the paperwork, the admin stuff, everything that you see as it relates to our organization. I am the person in the background making it happen. Everything that you see in the front and the coaching, the head coaching, the vision for the organization comes from this man right here. I have been quiet for 10 years. I have not said a word for 10 years. But I am tired. I am tired of constantly hearing one individual's name come out of every parent that comes over to our team that's born and raised in Austin as well. I am exhausted. And the thing about it is that individual didn't even call and have a conversation. Because if you had, you would have known the story. So at this point, that individual not only is a hater, but jealous. And is a liar. I'm calling it out because I'm exhausted. I am exhausted with having to hear parent after parent after parent, community person after community person after community person, business owner after business owner after business owner saying, why does that individual have such an issue with the Austin Honey Badgers? Why is that person so bothered by the fact of what you guys are doing?
Man, they hate what they can't be, man. I tell you, they hate what they can't be.
Here's what I am going to say. There's no love lost. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no issues. But here's the deal that I will say. In 3 years after we, was stuck on stupid, with literally paying out of our pocket for everything that we did.
Still paying out of our pocket for stuff.
Still paying out of our pocket.
We was in there doing the budget tonight for Clash.
We started a track meet.
Ain't no way in hell the Honey Badge can pay for Clash.
That track meet is called
I already know that.
the Clash of Texas. Here's what I will say: the Clash of Texas, and I stand on this, is one of the best track meets in the state of Texas. Now, I haven't been all throughout the nation.
It's the best club meet.
But it is the best developmental club meet in the state of Texas.
And if you're the best club meet in Texas, then you probably, chances are you're the best club meet in the country.
And here's what I will say. We have created an amazing product for not only the Austin community, but the Central Texas community, the Texas community, and our nation. We have athletes and teams that are coming from as far as the Bahamas, Hawaii, Alaska, Florida, Arkansas. They are coming.
They already signed up.
They are coming. Yeah. We are doing something positive. Go search Clash of Texas on YouTube. Look and see what you're going to see. This is let me be very clear. I believe that we are able to run because of the organizations that came before us. And I want to give a shout out to all of those organizations that came before us.
Absolutely.
Austin Strada's amazing organization. Yeah.
Before you even get started, just off that statement.
Austin Strada's amazing organization. Carmen Kiera, amazing organization. Extreme Force, Texas Heat, Flight International. The list goes on and on and on. You guys are doing some amazing and incredible things. We have given to most of those organizations.
Central Texas Elite was a one.
Central Texas Elite, yes.
Yeah, LC Express.
LC Express. You guys are some of the founders. You guys are some of the ones who started all of this. We wouldn't be able to be here had it not been for you. We learned from you. We attended all of the track meets. We watched and we learned. We went all throughout the state of Texas. We went to Houston meets. We went to Dallas meets. We have been all over learning. And we created a blueprint. based on those who have come before us. I always believe in giving flowers where flowers are due. And I want to say to all of those coaches that are part of all of those organizations, thank you and we love you. Had it not been for you, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. And again, I do not, and let me explain something to you. I do not have any issue or ill will towards anybody. But after 10 years, I'm tired. Please stop.
My wife speaks for herself. You know she don't speak for me.
And I'm saying this.
I'll say it in a minute.
Try it.
I ain't got no goddamn problem saying it. I'll say it in a minute.
And I'm saying this.
It is what it is, I say it.
I am saying this because at the end of the day, you're not stopping anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. As a matter of fact,
Nothing.
it just makes us stronger.
Nothing.
But here's what I will say.
Not a damn.
The youth that are a part of your organization, they are not benefiting. It is hurting them and their families. Why? Because they can be a part of something like the Clash of Texas, where it's some of the best competition in the state of Texas.
No, I think the people are going to change their minds on that eventually. You ain't got to worry about that.
So here's what I'm going to say. I've always been available for a phone conversation or in-person dialogue.
They ain't going to call you. Anybody that you're talking about over here is not going to call you.
I believe that we are better together. I believe that we are stronger together. And so I am always open
I told y'all my
to
wife is a
hearing
politician.
input. I am always open for us coming together because at the end of the day, I want everybody to succeed.
Exactly. We want that, but we all know that it don't work that way. And that's where I just get, just a little real. I'm realistic about this thing. People will not, it's not about just everybody doing well. It's about the fact that they hate that you do well as well. They don't want you to do well. They don't want you to do well. This is just like politics. In politics, it don't matter if the person that's currently seated in that position does what everybody, it don't matter if the economy is good. It don't matter if the jobs are good. It don't matter if, you know what I'm saying, like insurance and all these things are good. It don't matter. Because they never wanted that person to do well anyway, because that's not the person they want in the office. It's the same here. It's the same here. It don't matter if you wish them well. It don't even matter if you break them off some money. It don't even matter if you break them off some money.
Which we have.
To go toward. The way I look at it, everybody can sit up here and have a conversation. Everybody can talk. Everybody can say what they about and what they... See, I like to bag mine up, and I've learned that from the Carmen Carrera. I like to bag the legendary Carmen Carrera. Let me say that. I like to bag mine up by putting some funds behind it. And that's what we do. See, I'll put them funds behind... Coach over there got something going on. It's a problem over there. If we're in a place to do, we're donating to them.
That's right.
We're going to turn around and donate right back to you. While you talking about us, we're donating to your head coach.
That's it.
See, that's the kind of stuff we do. See, but it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because they made it up in their mind that I'm not going to be satisfied until these people are done. And if that's where you at mentally, like, you're not going to be satisfied until we're done. You're not going to be satisfied until the people that have grown up in this area. First of all,
and that's such a silly argument.
It's crazy to say anyway, and the reason it's crazy to say is because there are people, in case you're not paying attention to the news, there are people moving into Austin every single day, and we're getting them. So we're going to thrive and we're going to be alive as long as blood pumps through our veins. Anyway, even even if we did not get nobody that you knew all these years from the east side, same side my wife is from, whatever, we're still going to be alive and we're still going to thrive because of who we are and what we do. The words speak.
And the thing is Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. And I've always
That ain't necessarily me.
I've always believed in that. Before she even said it, I've always believed in that. I've always believed that a hater's gonna be a hater. You're not gonna be able to change their mind, and so you let your work speak for itself. My mom, my sister, some dear people that I love said, Candace, don't even address the drama. You just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Don't even address it. Don't even address it. But sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. And after 10 years, I am exhausted. I am exhausted about hearing this one certain individual name. I'm not going to even call it out because it doesn't deserve it. But what I will say to you is this. I am open for any sort of conversation. We can have it wherever you want to have it. But please, come and talk to me. Don't talk to the parents anymore. Stop talking to people in the community. Over 10 years, we've had over 20 people coming and speaking to me. That's all I'm going to say about that.
They never come to me.
Yeah, no, they won't go to you.
They never come to me.
I'm from here.
They never come to me.
So, at this point,
But I know.
you've heard the story. At this point, now I consider it publicly addressed. And at this point, if you are open to a conversation, I am certainly open to it. And I'm also open as to how we work together because, honey, I have an amazing blueprint over here. And I will be happy to assist you in even developing your framework. And that's who I am as a person.
Wait a minute.
So I'm finna move forward beyond that because that's all the energy I'm going to give that tonight. But what I am going to talk about is the additional. You guys don't understand how creating this program, which we believe is an amazing product, how much hate we received. There is a job that I had that was even put in jeopardy, and I was investigated as a result of the Clash of Texas. So let me tell you, they say if you're not doing something, believe it or not, they always say that if you're not doing anything, nobody has anything to say.
Of course not.
But the moment you start doing something, of course you're going to hear the opposition. My niece and nephew, they call it the op. So haters, ops, whatever term that you want to use, this train is moving forward. And here's the thing. We have finally, this is the good news, after 10 long years.
Come on now.
After 10 long years.
Come on now.
Coop and I shed some tears the other day.
I share them all the time.
We are now getting some amazing news that is going to be able to not only help our program, but it will also be able to help these track meets to expand and be bigger and better than what we are already doing. And that's the main update. With all of the sacrifices that we've made, with the fact that I've lost positions, jobs behind this, the fact that our names have been put out there, in a very negative light.
Despite
all of that, despite all of that, we are now receiving news that's going to help us to be able to not only expand our Austin Honey Badgers program, but we'll also be able to expand the track meets that we're throwing. And let me tell you guys something. That was music to our ears because that's why we've been wanting. We have been wanting the more that we can expand this, the more opportunities that we can give for other coaches, for other teams, and for athletes to be able to compete and participate.
I never understood why a head coach, why an athletic director, why anybody that got power to make decisions at a ISD would ever try to stop people in the community from utilizing the territory that their kids are from, which is only going to create more ready kids developed, structured, understand the situation, understand the sports, strength, speed, mental strength, mental capacity to go out there and come to you now at the school and compete at a high level. Why would you shit? Why would you turn away people that are out here doing that work, and then they're gonna send them over to you? Because when they get to you,
They coming ready.
they're coming to you ready. When they get to you, they are such and such ISD kid. They
That's
are.
right. You can take all the credit.
They're yours. In your world, those
Right.
kids are yours.
I don't
They
understand
belong
that.
to you.
Yeah.
In the UIL world, those kids belong to you. It don't matter how much we post about them or we say congratulations to them and they a honey badger or they are Spartan or they a Heat or they Extreme Force. It don't matter how much we say all that mess. Out here, in your world, which is the ISD world, that kid belongs to you. And so you got no reason to feel jealousy. You got no reason to feel challenged. If you really belong in the position that you are in, you should be confident in the fact that, hey, coach, get those kids out there working during the summer. Put a little work in them during the indoor season. Then they going to come over here to me, and I'm
That's
going to
right.
handle business, and we're going to try to get these kids to stay.
That's it.
Coach, I'm all in with you. I'm all in. Tell me what I got to do to make it work for you. Tell me how much time I got. Give me a spot to train. And I'll do my best, coach, to have them jack ready when it's time for you to put that school uniform on. I'll do my best. And we can come together as a unit and tell this kid, hey, coach, your summer coach, your select coach, AAU coach, USA coach, whatever, is going to work on you now, and then you're going to come to me, and you better be jack ready. You better be ready by the time you step over here with me. That means you coming to practice. That means you focus. That means you doing everything he or she is telling you to do now. So by the time you get to me, we're already hit the times and then some that you was running last year. We already hitting that. We need to be hitting that and then some. We need to be PR range when you step out here on the track with me. So by the time we get ready to make it to district, we ready to compete at the highest level and take a shot at making it state.
Hand me that, babe. I'm gonna do. I'm a visual person. No, the composition notebook.
All right.
I'm a visual person, you guys, and I'm gonna break it down for you because sometimes people learn different ways. So, and this is not my own. I actually saw this on television, and I'm gonna do this real quick because this is something that I haven't been able to understand. I really haven't. And I saw this and I said, boy, this explains a lot. This, y'all see this? This is how we operate right now. This is how we operate right now. I hope you guys can see that. Do y'all see that? If you see it, you see there's dots on this page. And these dots are not connected. They're not connected at all.
Bring the thing up, baby, and ask them can they hear us because our internet is still kind of acting up a little bit.
They can hear us.
We've been having some internet
Can y'all hear us?
issues since the
Can't
start.
see it. Can't see. Okay, too small. They can hear us.
Yeah. Well, she wrote a bunch of dots, guys. If you
It's
can't
a
see
bunch
it,
of dots. I
It's
think
just a
y'all
bunch
can
of
see
dots.
it on this piece of paper. Can y'all see that? They can hear us.
do we see the
We can hear you. All right. Can y'all see these dots on this sheet of
I can't
paper?
read comments on my-
Cause see, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is how these dots represent how organizations are currently operating. The dots represent ISDs. The dots represent all of these independent sports organizations. The dots represent anyone who has an organization out there for youth. Now you guys can see these. These dots are independent. Now watch this. See, I think I was supposed to be a teacher, but I'm going to explain this in a way that folks can understand. Because see, here it is. We're going to make this make sense. We're going to make these dots make sense. When these dots connect, do y'all see that? Now the dots are connecting. Now we finna break this down. Maybe I should have been a preacher. You see how these dots are now connecting? When the dots connect, it's so much stronger than when they were independent. And when the dots like this connect, then guess what happens?
You ain't too hard. You're gonna kill my pen.
Little Timmy, little Jane, Shaquita, little Candace, little Brandon, little D, little Mark, they benefit. See, the kid is able to elevate.
A stick man. That's a stick man.
The stick. There we go. There go the stick person.
Yeah.
Well, help me out now. So the young person is able to elevate whenever we are all working together toward the common good. When we are able to put aside egos, when we are able to put aside personal agendas, when we are able to work together for the common good, this baby right here, that baby is elevated. When the dots are no longer working together, then what happens? The baby is confused. The athlete, the student, the young person in the community is now confused because they're getting all sorts of mixed messages. My point in this illustration is that when we come together and we work together, so much more good can happen. And I am saying, as far as an update is concerned, because that's what this was supposed to be about, now I'm fixing to make it make sense. When we just threw a track meet, it was a very small track meet. And I had an individual, and I'm not going to say the district's name, but this individual represents a district here in Central Texas. And they approached me and they said, who's?
400 kids.
It's 400 kids.
You say very small. We talking about the Austin area that has never started track. We're the only team down here that hosts meets consistently in April in Austin. And to get 400 kids when you don't have hardly no kids from Austin, other than ours and a few others, and you can literally count them on two hands probably, that is very impressive. So it's a smaller meet for us. But 400 kids is a quality meet. That was a damn good meet.
It was a quality
First of all,
meet.
Let's not go by there without thanking.
Yes.
Thanking everybody that participated in that meet this weekend. Shout out to you for coming down and getting your kids started early with us. Shout out to all the people that made it possible for us. Coach Carmen Care for all the work he's done to make that possible for us. The ISD that has allowed us to now come in and possibly finally have a home. Shout out to all of you. You know, we appreciate you for what you did for us this weekend.
Absolutely.
What you're doing for us leading up, and we'll get back.
From the volunteers to the officials to the custodians to the teams that signed up, the parents that participated. Thank you. And we had an amazing time. We had a very good time.
The golf cart, all that stuff, man.
All of that.
Look, we out there. We're not having to carry buckets and canopies from the truck all the way out to the field. No. We ain't having to die on Friday night taking the stuff out there because they actually out there helping us instead of just riding by us on the gator.
And the reason
we had people that rode by us before on the gator and didn't leave.
The reason that point is so important is because we've gone to some other districts.
Wait a minute. I can't.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
You can't.
We've gone to other districts where we literally were packing things in on our backs, and they were riding around in the gator and didn't offer to lift a hand. So that is the reason why that's so critical. But here's the deal, because we not finna let them win. There was a district, a representative from a district that actually approached us and said, how can we work together? How can we work together? Do you know how refreshing?
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Doc Ashley said I'd be quiet tonight. Don't worry, Doc. It's coming. I'm going to talk my noise eventually, baby. You knew it was coming. We've been working too damn hard. We've been working too hard. Somebody was going to have some common sense after a while. Pull up. Pull up.
So here's the deal.
Hold on. Let me go and blow this whistle right now. Whistle! I'm blowing it anything, because I'm going to go there. Oh, you know I'm right. I'm coming. It's starting to get there.
Okay, well, wait till I'm
I'm
off
going to bounce
screen.
in a minute, and I'm going to tell it.
Wait till I'm off screen.
Okay.
But here's the deal, you guys. For that individual to walk up and say, how can we work together? That's all we've ever wanted to do. That was music to our ears. That individual said, I want our children in our district to be able to benefit
Yeah.
from what you guys are doing.
Yes.
This is amazing.
We need you.
We need you. How can we work together? Because I want the students in our district to benefit from what you guys are doing. And let me tell you,
This meat is. What she say?
I mean, it was awesome.
No,
I mean,
she
all
said it
sorts of
was
words.
this
What, tell me?
big.
Yeah, big. She was driving by and mentioned that the meat was huge. So here's the deal, and here's what I'm saying. Let me go back to my illustration.
She said the record of war was huge.
Let me go back to my illustration.
D, listen to me, D. She said the record in one was huge. The
going
one that
back.
I don't even call you out for because we can run it with the few people that we got out there.
I'm going back to my illustration. When we started the Austin Honey Badgers of Clash of Texas, we were an independent little dot. Just imagine what happens when we start connecting the dots and joining up
Come on,
with
man.
other organizations.
Come on. Jim said he gonna use that in this sermon.
Use it. What's going to happen when we start connecting and finally getting a sponsor?
Come on now.
What's going to happen when we finally get a stadium that we can literally call our home?
Come on now.
What do you think is
We've
going
been
to
doing it on
happen?
our own.
We have been, what did they say? Getting it out the mud?
Getting it out the bottom of the mud. We've been down there with the worms. We've been down there with the Canadian crawlers.
So I'm saying that because now it's something about when people say,
she ain't seen class. She ain't seen it, baby.
it's something about when people say you can't, it makes me want to do. It's something about every time somebody says that, what happened with when they ask questions and they start to hate on it, it makes you want to go harder and do more and do even more. It's just something about it. So here's what I'm going to tell you.
This is where she's
guys.
learning from me, y'all. She's learning from me now. Now she's learning from me. And now she's learning from me. Because that is me all day long.
Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. We've created an amazing product because we've had some folks behind us. And let's not get it twisted. We're the co-founders, but there's definitely no I in team. We have a network of people. Some of them are on this live tonight. They come out every year, and they help us. We have got it started from the bottom. Do you hear me? The bottom. And here's the deal. I feel like we just now really getting started.
We still ain't there.
Because we still have not gotten to where we are wanting to go. And now we have people who have learned their roles.
Yep.
That everybody has there's no I in team and everybody has a role. I have a role, he has a role, Everybody has a role.
Yeah.
You guys, we have perfected it. You know what some folks were telling me on Saturday? Cool. I didn't even tell you this. They said, "What? Who taught y'all how to do this?" That's what they asked me. They said, "This is a well-oiled machine." Now we're parents. We're parents, and behind our we're passion. You know, and it takes folks like the Perkins. You know, now really Kaylee, because you know Mark.
Mark does his part too. Mark does his part too.
I like to mess
Mark
with
is the only coach.
I like to
Shout
mess
out to
with
Mark Perkins.
I
He's
like
the
to
only
mess with
coach
him.
on my team that has learned an event and taken over that event.
He sure has.
Is the high jump
he is the high
official.
jump. He is the high jump official.
He is the high jump official.
I don't want to start naming names,
Him
you
and
guys.
LaRon Prosser. Shout out to LaRon Prosser.
But here's the deal. It has taken all of us. Miss D is on there right now. She is on with our clerking. Miss Chaz is with our clerking. We have folks from our organization that have learned how to perfect what they're doing. And you guys, I get chills right now because I am just so excited for this product. I'm more excited for what it can do for our community.
We're the best.
Because I'm going to tell you,
We're the best.
Austin, and let me just be real and be honest. When you thought track and field in the state of Texas, you typically looked at Houston and you looked at Dallas.
Not no more.
Now San Antonio is doing some amazing things.
Oh, San Antonio can battle with anybody.
San Antonio
I was
is
just having an argument with a
huge.
person the other day about
It's
that.
huge.
I was
San
just-
Antonio, amazing athletes coming out of that
Swift
city.
can battle with anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody. You hear me? When it comes to these younger kids, and they're gonna get old, guys, San Antonio Swift can battle with anybody.
Yep.
Them kids are phenomenal.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not backing down. We got some people that's gonna be able to compete too, and we'll see y'all at Junior Olympics because we're gonna get them ready.
Absolutely. Colleen is coming.
Colleen
When we
there's all kind of
started
athletes
in the Colleen area,
the MVP of the Junior Olympics was just down there. the other year.
Colleen
Yeah,
is coming.
Colleen
You
is
got
strong.
folks out of Central Texas, Leander. Oh my goodness, don't even get on Leander. You know, in that area.
They know about the Spartans.
We have
They know about
folks
sports.
in Central Texas that is putting
We can
our
battle.
city on the map.
We can battle.
And now we have created something amazing, not just for, again, this Central Texas community, but all over the state.
And shout
Yeah,
out to Town.
Yes.
Shout out
yes,
to Chico Town.
Oh, God.
I give Carmen Carey a lot of credit because Carmen is working with me personally with the Coaches Coalition. But shout out to Rod Chico Tanner. Shout out to him. You know what makes our area so much more special than the others right now? Because our governor, Chico Tanner, allows us to do it in a way that makes the most sense for the families, for the
Absolutely.
youth.
Absolutely.
He don't put these
Parameters and
limitations on
limitations.
us
That's right.
to where we can't do special and amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he don't do that. And Miss Janice, in her absence now that she's gone, R.I.P. to Miss Janice Henderson. Even when she was here, she did not put these limitations on us to where we couldn't do this or we couldn't do that. So we're able to create events that are exciting. You know, we're able to, they cost money. So you can't create all these things if you can't charge what you need to charge to be able to make the money to pay for it. This is common sense stuff. Some of y'all are good. I know. I've talked to some of the coaches from Dallas. I've talked to some of the coaches from Houston. They want to do some of these things that we're doing. But when you put these limitations on them, you know, they can't do it. And I feel for them, you know, because they bring their kids down here and all of a sudden they families, hey man, why we can't do this? Makes sense. But you can't do it because, you know, you don't have a governor that is
Supporting
it.
Yeah.
So shout out to our governor here that is allowing us to do it the way we feel will most benefit our people.
So, with that being said,
Yeah, the ball say the
the
ball
ball
go
only
one way.
go one way.
And my boy is on
So-
there. He's on that high jump.
He
My
is.
boy got it down. I'm
He
so
does.
proud of him.
He
I'm
does.
so proud of him. I'm really proud of him, man.
And here's the deal, you guys. Like, I hope that maybe after the clash we can bring all the people, who's really been a part of this, and go live with them and do it in a public format, and really be able
What
to
you gonna do
just
this for? Something start crying? What you gonna
really
do?
be
Don't do
able
that.
to just kind of let
do
them
that.
tell their
I'm
stories
not
and the
gonna be
roles
part
that
of
they
that. I ain't
have.
gonna do
I'm
that.
going to do
Candace
it.
can do that show. I'm
So
not
here's
I'm
what
not
I'm
doing
going to tell you guys as
I'm
we
not doing
get ready to close out. The Clash of Texas is happening March 4th and 5th. It will be held at Burger Stadium. All right. Gates open at 7 a.m. on both days. No,
they
what?
at 6
6
I
a.m.
knew
Sorry.
you said it wrong.
Sorry. 6 a.m. If you
That
want to
gun
be.
pop at 7 a.m.
The gun starts at 7 a.m.
Gun pops at 7 a.m. So you be in there, be sitting in that parking lot at 5:30, ready to step into that stadium at 6 a.m. for that coaches meeting at 6:30, and that gun is popping at 7 a.m. All right.
May
Now,
4th,
here's the
May
deal with
5th.
Clash this year. It's gonna be bigger, guys. I can tell you now, it's gonna be bigger than it was last year. Last year we had 2,000 kids. We're prepared. I got more officials. We're ready to take on more. But I can say this, Kevin. I see Kevin coming down here. Kevin said we've been attending Clash from the start. Amazing to see where you all are right now and where you all are going. Man, shout out to my boy, man. Shit, man, shout out, man. Come on, man. Shout out to my boy. I tell my parents there's only one guaranteed meet, and that's the Clash, man. That's it. That's it, man. Kevin, I appreciate you. You've been down with us from the beginning, bro. Everything track and field down in the DFW area. He's been down with us from the beginning. He's been down with me from the beginning. Union Prairie. That's Union Prairie blood right there. May 4th and 5th, Mark put on there. Dion come out and compete, or even
And let me speak to that
for
for
a
a
good
good family
family
day.
day.
And let me
man,
speak to that. Let me
that's
speak
what
to
we
that.
do.
Let me speak to that, y'all.
The vibe.
This is
Just
not.
remember the word vibe.
It's not just
Reunion.
about track and field. It is a track meet, but we will also have multiple food trucks out there. Of course, we'll have multiple businesses. We will have vendors that will also be providing information. We will have speakers, live performances. The music is incredible.
City representatives.
City representatives, you guys.
We spend over $2,500 on music.
Yeah.
You can't compare nobody to us. And that's why when Candace started this thing and she addressed the issues that had been happening, like, with all due respect, you can't compare nobody to what we're doing right now. Nobody. We spend more on music than most people spend on timing. We spend more on music than a lot of people are spending on the stadium. Shit! You can't compare nothing to what we doing. So when you look at all this and you say, they getting rich out there. No, we ain't. Because the reunion. How many of y'all still have a family reunion? We're trying to give people the culture, the food, the music. We want to take you back. I want you to feel that vibe that you felt when your grandma had that pine sauce smelling in your kitchen on Saturday morning.
When it was time to get up and clean.
That music was playing and that pine sauce was smelling and you had to let your window up or you were going to suffocate. That's what I want. I want that feeling. We don't have that no more. There ain't no more shade tree parties. We just had a outdoor party in the backyard for my wife for her
44.
birthday. Guys, I had the
44.
most fun I've had in years. And that's the honest to God truth. My wife turned 44. My wife turned 44. And my wife came out there in a sweatsuit.
That's
In
right.
an old school
Old school,
sweatsuit.
90s.
and she had some light up high
That's
tops,
right.
shiny shoes
That's
on.
right. That's
and she
right.
had that hair
I took 'em
sliding
back.
down her back.
I took
And
'em back.
The only thing she didn't do is go with the old school hairstyle with the one side up.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
She didn't do that.
And I meant to do my little troop, the little earrings that we used to wear.
We
but
do
forgot
not
about
have
that.
family reunions anymore.
That's right.
And what I want Clash to be for you guys is I want it to be a moment that takes you back. That takes you back. The vibe of it takes you back. The experience takes you back. I want it to be family. I want it to be a moment where we can show people that black people can get together and not fight. Black people can get together and have a good time. Black people can get together and treat it just like that old day when they used to get under the shade tree and that barbecue pit was smoking and them dominoes were flying all over that table. And there was good vibe. There was good love going on. There was good music. There was inspiration for our people. That's culture. That's our culture. Our kids are not growing up with that culture. Mm-hmm. So we got to give it to them. That's been my dream. That's been my vision. And I can take it so much bigger than that. But when it comes to these meets, that's the vision. That's the vision, guys. That means everything to me. I will spend everything for that. I don't care. Candace was she had me in that room tonight,
not
working on the
everything.
budget.
Not
She had me in that. Yeah, I will. I know my wife got her. She got to watch it, and I get it. But I will spend it, guys, and here's why. I'm not a fool. If you build it, they'll come. Do you think I'm not thinking about the fact that I'm going to pay myself back? You goddamn right I am. I know it will come. But you do not plan events like this thinking about money. You got to go all out. And if you give it everything you got and you really believe in your product, the money will come. That's the answer, guys. It ain't that I don't care about money. I don't want to be sitting up here figuring out how I'm going to pay my bills after Clash is done. But it will come. It has come. It has come. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to turn right back around and we're going to invest back into the community. We're going to pay ourselves back. You can bet that. Every coach out here that has a 501c3 that thinks that they ain't supposed to, stop letting these people ruin your minds. You are supposed to take care of yourself. You are out here giving back to these people. You are using your truck. You using your work time. You using everything. You're giving away from your family to these people. You're missing things that your daughter or your son got going. You're missing things that your grandkids got going. Your wife is not being taken out week to week because you invested back in the community. So if anybody tells you that you are not supposed to get nothing out of this, you tell them to kiss the deepest part of those two cheeks that are in the back of your britches. You tell them. You tell them. And you tell them to go to somebody that got some sense because they don't have it. And talk to them about what a 501c3 really is. What it really is. People feel like if you run an organization like this, you just supposed to suffer. You ain't supposed to get nothing. You already don't get nothing for the registration fees. People on my team feel like you ain't supposed. This shit $300. That's a lot of money. We train your kids. Shit.
Our program from March to August.
Don't make me break this down. Guys, I've broken this down to my people before. And it comes out. It comes out. This is not even including what we give them in the package. Just for the 300. Forget what we give them in the package. Which is 5 meats, by the way, that are all $25, except for the one that I just had that was $20. Okay. Plus AAU card. All right. Whatever. But, so you already getting a big chunk of it back. Because all those meats are already paid for us, by us. But when I broke it down from the $300, forget about the meats for a minute. When I broke it down from the $300, that parent
with 2-hour practices, 3 days a week, from the beginning of March all the way to the middle of June, those parents are paying us $3 and some change an hour. $3 and some change an hour. They don't include the fact that we paid $2,000 to our AISD for rental fee. $2,000 plus. See, we can get down into this stuff. We can get down into this stuff. It's gonna.
You have to pay insurance, you guys. There's so many different costs.
I don't even want to go there tonight.
It's silly, so it's no sense.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there tonight.
Bringing that up because it's just ridiculous.
No.
And I say that
but you gotta bring it up. You gotta bring it up.
I say that because folks go in these basketball programs that are AAU.
Volleyball is 5,000 for most clubs off top.
Baseball.
3,000 is not.
Swimming. I can name multiple different sports programs to where it's 1,000 and up. When you put your child in cheerleading can end up being $3,000 to $4,000. So anyhow, I look at it as anybody who knows about the fees, the true fees of what it costs to be a part of youth programs, especially when it comes to those that are outside the school, and some of them are even a part of the school. They are expensive. That is what it costs. So I want to say that, not to get into the funding and everything, because it's 2 minutes to 10, and so you know what happens.
These people on here. Let's be real. You get sleepy.
You know I'm getting sleepy. That's what I'm saying.
They're on here. Now,
So,
we ain't gonna hold them long.
I get sleepy.
Well, let's answer these questions real quick.
Okay, well, let me bring
Alonzo Tuxton say, I want that trophy. TOTR, hey, y'all come down here, y'all get that trophy for that 39 and under division. I know y'all normally be in that division. Good luck to you. Kevin says, can I set my tents up on Friday before everyone get a chance?
Yes, you can.
Kevin, well, hold on. He said before everyone gets a chance. We're going to be up there, Kevin, at 6 o'clock, man. Make your way up that way.
And so if you there at 5:59 in the front, you got a chance.
You got a shot, my brother. You got a shot. D said in all caps, the vibe. That's what it's about, D. That's what it's about. I heard from Kevin Cofield. The teenagers be talking about the clash like it's the spot to be that weekend.
It is.
Well, great. That's exactly what we want.
And the terrible thing about it is now we're out at Burger, but you are right. When we were closer in the town, there were kids that were catching rides and walking. It reminded me of like back in the day for like Texas Relay Weekend, how all those kids were getting dropped off and so forth. And so now we are a little bit further out, unfortunately.
And a lot of people wonder why we put up the fight with Mena, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, well, the reason is because a lot of our people have moved out toward Mena.
Correct.
That's the reason, guys. A lot of our people have moved out toward Mena. Pflugerville ain't even in the discussion. They ain't even trying to help. So, you know, we was hoping that because a lot of our kids that participate on this team, participate on some other teams, or in Mena, that Mena and my wife was a damn chief over there, would see, you know, and understand that hey, we're actually good people, guys.
And the fact that we were benefiting the community, the city, you know, in terms of being able to bring revenue and profit into the city, visitors into the city. We were giving back. I mean, there was so many benefits when you have a meet, especially a meet of this size. But what I loved about
now we're where we need to be, though.
Yeah, now we have enough room to do everything that we need to do.
Burger
has the
Burger got the parking.
The parking.
Burger got the facility.
Yep.
Burger got it. Burger can hold it.
It's a beautiful place, and even with our food court, like we found a spot that's right neutral, so that whether you're on the home side or the visitor side,
everybody gonna have a
right on over to the food truck area. And so Burger does give us the space that we need, you know, to do. And so I'm hoping we can fill it up. And again, it doesn't matter whether or not you know somebody out there. Come and join us. Come on out. You can come on out and join us. You do not have to have a team. If you're if you're a parent and you have a child who maybe is not a part of a team but want to just kind of come out and see what it's all about, you can even sign them up to run if you'd like to. But bring them out.
www.coacho.com.
Coacho.com.
And create a little account, and
Yep.
you can sign your kid up to run.
And I actually recommend that. There was a family that I met who said, "Hey, we saw the track meet. We wanted to just bring our child out just to give him an opportunity to compete to see if this is something that he or she wanted to do." And so I actually recommend that.
Shout out to my CKT people, Ralph Hightower for show. Dirt Diggler Clash is the best. Shout out to the people. They created a team. They came down strong last year, man. I appreciate them. Can't wait to see them this year. Man. They doing their thing. All kids from here stay talking about the Clash already.
Mm-hmm.
That's what come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about events that forget about the 100 kids or whatever throughout the year that we train on the Honey Badgers. Right now, we're talking about an impact of last year 2,000 kids. How many people that y'all know are a part of something that is impacting that many kids, and therefore also their parents and their coaches, and their sisters, uncles, aunties, grandparents. You're impacting so many people, and you mean to tell me I'm supposed to be quiet about this? This is amazing, And we have built this from the mud, and it is something to be extremely proud of. We are. So Clash is coming up May 4th and 5th. All right. That at Tony Berger Stadium. This is gonna be an epic year. I have pulled out some of the best I know to help us run this thing and make it special and to keep it running just like it ran last year in Taylor, or better. All right, we are going to take on more kids, so we will be ready. Some of my officials are on here tonight. We will be ready with our officials. The Tutsons are on here. We talked to Mark. We talked to D. There's several of our officials on here. We'll be ready. We'll be ready for that. Also, though, I want to throw this one in here too. We moved one of our reckoning meets. Now the second reckoning is going to be moved. It's an update too. We will have another meet late in May this year. It's the first time we're having a meet this late in the track season. On May 25th, this meet will be moved to.
It has been moved to Nelson.
Nelson Field.
Yeah, we've changed it
because graduations will be taking place at Berger. No problem. We'll go out to Nelson. That's the the big Austin ISD stadium. Okay, so we'll go to Nelson. Right around the corner from my house, actually, so I'm okay with it. Got no problem with it. At that meet, we will have a final. I posted it today. It's on my page if you want to go check it out. But the flyer. But we will have a final in the 100, 200, and 400 for that meet. All right, and we'll also have the big Miller Lite Clash for the first place kid. Now remember, with the reckoning meets, those are being paid for by. Okay, so we ain't ready yet to go 4-inch medal across all three yet. We ain't ready for that yet, but we're getting there. A little bit at a time. And so the first place medal will be a big 4-inch like the Clash for 1, 2, 3s, and then the other medals will be the smaller ones. You know what I'm saying? But still customized, better than most people's for sure. And then you'll also get a first place drawstring bag like the ones we give out at Clash for the reckoning this year. Okay, so we're trying to add to these things, make them special, and of course all the music, all that'll be out there, everything will be out there. So the second reckoning will definitely be more exciting this year and bigger. It's gonna be bigger, you know what I'm saying, because we having it later in the season. People in the Austin area don't start track until May, so that's just the way it's always been. That's probably how it's gonna remain. So that's fine. But that one would be bigger, so be looking out for that one as well. As that's another exciting meet, and honestly, I'll put what we do up against anybody at this point when it comes to hosting meets. We just go harder. We just do more, as I always say.
And here's the thing, you guys. I just want to be very, very clear. We're not doing this to brag and all of that kind of stuff. We learn from everybody. What we've created is, again, it's a product based on the fact that we traveled around and we saw multiple meets. And for us, we saw the Junior Olympics as the meet to want to be like, and we took that and we added some other components to it to make it what it is. And so we're just proud. We're proud not only of what our team has done, but we are also very, very proud of the fact that we're able to put this on in our community. Because again, it's all about, a village mentality, and it's all about being able to give back and being able to create this legacy, that we talk about, to where you can have something that you definitely leave behind that will out even live you. And so we're just excited, you guys. So if this passion that you hear from he and I both, it's there just because it's been so many years of grinding and, blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this product. And we're going to continue. Every year we sit back and we say, okay, what are the lessons learned? How can we make it better? We do that every single year. This one won't be any different. So again, May 4th, May 5th, that is a Saturday and a Sunday, Burger Stadium. Gates open at 6 a.m.
Last year, Coach DJ Tim had that on Sunday. Had that church music going, guys. So, hey man, we ended that Sunday with fellowship out there, baby. That church music was going. DJ had it playing on that Sunday out there, man. He had it playing, man. It was a blessing, man. We was good, man. The rain was about to come in, and I'm telling you, DJ Tim got to playing that church music, and that cloud just went on over. It just went on.
It ran, but not over where we were.
It just went on over. Hey man, we blessed right now, man.
Yeah.
Favor of God, man. He see what we doing, man, and he showed us love, man. And I pray and I'm grateful for every opportunity that we're getting right now because it's amazing.
I also, before we go, because
hold on, Lozo Tussin said those photos at the finish were Olympic quality. Shout out to Rayshawn Bryce and Javadrick Warfield for the amazing photos that they give us for our events each and every year. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
before we get ready to go, the last thing I want to mention is volunteer. If you are interested in volunteering for the Clash of Texas, please go to the Austin Honey Badgers page. We've pinned it at the top, and look for the link to sign up to volunteer. We love our volunteers. We will feed you. You sign up for what session that you want to be a part of, whether it's the AM or the PM session, what day. You can come on out. You get a T-shirt, and we actually have a shirt for both days, a different shirt. You'll get a T-shirt.
Hold.
What?
Junior said, Sam Dominic, my brother, said, do you need me to come open up the doors of the church?
Yes.
Last I checked, Junior,
Yes.
you correct me if I'm wrong on this, you the pastor.
Yes.
But last I checked, a person can be saved anywhere.
Yes.
So you absolutely can.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And yes.
I would love that.
Yes.
Boy, look here.
Yes.
Third down,
Yes.
more manageable.
Hey, now you talking, Junior. If somebody want to be saved, I'm
Against
with
CeeDee
it.
Lamb. This
I'm
time,
with
CeeDee
it,
Lamb's
man. I'm with that, baby. You just come on now. We can talk about that one off there. I'm with that one. Junior.
So yes, we have T-shirts for volunteers. We also feed them. As long as they're, don't come and volunteer for 30 minutes. Think you're gonna eat up everything and put on some shirts now. So of course, there's a minimum of at least 4 hours that we're requesting you to volunteer, but we would love for you to stay longer. With that being said, I think
Coach Alonzo.
Okay.
Coach Alonzo say I'm bringing my communion gloves. I don't
Yeah.
want any fingerprints on the trophy.
you guys, the trophies have become. We talk about the competition with the children, but these coaches are very, very, very competitive, and we have a Division 1, 2, and 3, and so they're talking about the trophies, of course, for our divisions.
Miss
And
Tussin,
so-
we just ordered the T-shirts tonight. We'll have
We
a
did.
T-shirt. We'll have our volunteer T-shirts. We'll have 2 different shirts. We got the volunteers T-shirts for Saturday and Sunday. All right.
All right, and I see
we're
Coach.
green and orange this year.
This
One
year.
day is orange, one day is green. So if you want to match your shoes and all that kind of stuff.
And I see Coach Rodney's come on. I'm telling you right now, Coach
Rodney.
Rodney.
There you go.
You
Can't
have
wait.
you have
Can't
been
wait.
our champion,
He's been a Division 1 champion 6 years in a row.
and I'm telling you right
6
now,
years in a row. Shout out
Coach.
to him.
Shout out.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Hey, Coach Rodney, I'll be honest with you. I'm telling you right now.
They're
You
coming
got
for
some people
you.
that's coming for you.
They're
this year.
coming
I'm
for
letting
you
you
right
know.
now.
They actually planning
They're planning it. They're
planning it.
talking
I'm
about
telling you.
it.
Real
They're
talk.
coming for you. So here's the deal. If you want a 7-peat, all right, you better get to work. Get to work, Coach.
Tony said he had a grape juice and crackers for community.
You guys, this is what happens when we
Talk
get
about
sleepy.
trophies. Hey man, we're gonna start talking about this more. We're gonna go live some, and talk about the competition and everything as more people start to get into the meet for Clash. I can't thank y'all enough. Seriously, all respect to my wife and she actually shed some tears tonight. Y'all
I
go
shed
back.
some
If y'all
tears.
come back on, if y'all check this.
Well, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this.
No,
after.
you ain't deleting nothing. This is great.
I'm
Because
deleting
I'm normally the one that's crying.
thug.
And my
Thugs don't
wife,
cry.
you're not a thug. You're not a thug at
I'm
all.
a thug.
You're
We don't
good,
cry.
but you're not a thug. She actually cried tonight, but she cried for an exceptional reason, and that's because her grandfather left a legacy here, and now that we're doing work that resembles. We're
continuing.
We're on a small trajectory compared to
Yeah.
what that man has done.
Yeah.
But we're on our way to hopefully being bigger and better than what he was when he was doing it. And I know that he's up high, smiling down on Candace right now because that's what
Oh Lord, there you go.
all parents, all grandparents, all they want, is for their kids to be better than them and to hopefully take some of the good things that they did and they believed in and take it to the next level. And that's what Candace has done by getting behind me, a nut, a straight up nut. I was a straight up nut when she met me, and now she's taking a nut and she's turned me into a guy that actually cares more about people around me than I do about myself. I always cared about people, but now the priority is the people around me, the youth around me, and not me. The pleasures that I cared so much about in the past come from different things now, and they come from things of quality. Rest in peace, Tony Jones, Coach Tony Jones. That was his word. Quality, is where my excitement, my thrills, my joy comes from now, and we're building something special. And so are the other coaches on this live tonight, and all the other coaches that are involved in what we do. They're building something of quality with these kids, and if you're not paying attention to it, you need to pay attention to it, because there is a true testament within each one of these teams. Every single year, there's a true testament in here. There is, and when you talk about people coming together and doing positive things, God damn, what does it get any better? What does it get any better? What does it get any better? Miss me with all the negativity of adults, trying to compete with the best hat on, and I ain't gonna go there tonight. I know some of y'all went out and spent y'all whole check on that Easter suit. Okay? But right out here, out in the mud, in the grass, leading up to the track, there are kids out here that are sweating and pumping blood at a high level and working hard. And while they working hard, they're staying out of trouble. And they're learning that it takes effort. It takes dedication if they want to be great. To me, it gets no better. You're teaching. It's a lesson. It's life lessons. And that's what we're giving. And that was Candace's grandfather's vision. And we're keeping that vision alive. So for all those that feel like Candace ain't a part of this or it was all about me, you're sadly mistaken, because she was the one that pushed me to do it. I didn't push her to do nothing. All right? So I think we got that out tonight. Do you think we got
did.
that out?
I think it's very clear.
All right. Well, hey guys, it's been real. We are going to do a better job of coming back. I think it's that time. I think we took our break, Candace.
It's
It's that time. We got some great topics that we've been putting together that we want to talk about. So we're going to do our best to come back here on Monday. And on Monday, guys, we have track practice now, so we might be moving that down to 9 o'clock, and we're gonna do our best to get there at 9 and get out at 10.
At 10,
because
I gotta go to sleep.
Going to sleep online.
That's right.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna try to do it Monday. I told y'all we're gonna move to Sunday. That ain't happening. We ain't gonna move to Sunday. Candace don't want to do nothing on no Sunday. So
No,
you know what I'm saying. She don't wanna do nothing
that's
on
my me time.
Okay, I respect that. So we're gonna come back on Monday, and we're just gonna go strong on Monday, guys. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna try to be in here Monday at 9 o'clock. All right.
All righty.
All right, guys.
And with that being said, you have been listening to Live with the Coopers and on the Salute the Real Night.
On some real night.